Harcourt as we speak. The first half has come and gone. It is not the goal that Nigeria is leading with that is the major talking point, but it is the strength and the beauty and the pattern of play by both sides on a very, very rough football pitch. When I talk, it's like I'm attacking some people or whatever. You have players who are preparing for the World Cup, and then you decide to take a game of this caliber against a rough playing Congo side to a pitch that looks, to me, very scary. Watching it on TV, my colleagues are down there, a couple of them are asking their assessment of that pitch when they return from Port Harcourt. What they saw on ground and what we're seeing on video is a pitch that can actually easily get someone injured. We don't want to get into that situation now. We've already lost one. The person of Moses Simon, he will not be going to the World Cup, a hard-fighting player. Of course, we'll give you the details of that in the course of the bulletin. My name is Ted, but you know I don't do this alone. Today is Monday. Update from Champions League final. Yes, it's come and gone, but a lot of stories are still coming up. There are death threats for the Liverpool goalkeeper, Salah's shoulder. We don't know whether we go to World Cup for Egypt. To let you know that the Egyptian president knows his players one by one. I'm not comparing Egypt to any other country. Nobody should quote me. But the president personally sent Salah a message and said the Republic, Egypt as a country, will do anything within their power to make sure that he's healed. And I bet you that as it looks, even if Salah's hand is eventually removed, if he leaves to that, we don't pray for that. Salah will still be on that list. Just to be with them in the tunnel is enough inspiration for them at the World Cup. Welcome to the program. Of course, I'm not here alone. I have with me, start from my big brother, Coach Aminu Ibrahim. If you are watching us online on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, or Twitter, and on Twitch, and on Periscope, you see that today he decided to wear the jersey that Nigeria is taking to Russia in solidarity with the Eagles that are playing in Port Harcourt. Don't mind that I wore white, not that I'm supporting another country. Coach Aminu, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Ted.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to
be here. You watched the first half of the game, and we'll talk about it. You're having your own observations about the pitch and the zeal of the players as well. But Coach Salisu has already told us earlier that there's nothing at stake in the game, so nobody should put pressure on the team or on the players. They should just exercise themselves. But the players have taken that into their heads by forgetting that in this game, the coach has to find 5 players that will leave so that he get his 23-man squad that will face. Out of that, they will play England and then prepare to go to Russia. We also have in the studio, Cheat the one and only. Has been your Monday.
Been a fantastic Monday. Although it's a manic Monday, but it's been a fantastic Monday.
Fantastic Monday. And then the runaway spouse, of course, bride, or what do you call it, who decides to appear.
Mrs. Bride.
Appear and disappear and shows up when she's interested and when she has made a lot of money, she comes back to flaunt it around. Don't wait for her that she has money because I've not seen it here, I suspect, because of her smile. Happy Mary, glad to have you back.
Good evening, Ted.
Where have you been hiding all these days? People were asking me, where is Happy Mary? Where is Happy Mary? They were sad callers asking for Happy Mary.
I was out for like 2 weeks. Not like I go and come. I just had to travel for 2 weeks. Please, I'm not gone anywhere, man.
She's defending herself.
Yes, I have to. My fans need to know that I'm always here for them.
The fans and fancies.
Yes, fans and fancies. Boring Ajebo's words. All right, Oga, let's start from you. We'll look briefly at the game ongoing before we even leave the phone lines open for the callers and the listeners to keep on contributing while we discuss other sports. What's your take on the first half so far? The second half is underway already, but the first half, you were together, we watched it there, and you watched the goal, a rebound from a free kick, but the performance generally of the team, what do you see to the body language on the pitch?
Well, like what you rightly said, that Coach Salisu said that there's nothing at stake.
Yes, sir.
No, I disagree with that. Because even with the friendly matches that you play, it gives your team a leverage over other teams.
Yes.
Even the FIFA rating can also count from the friendly, because it's an international friendly game. The players are not really playing as if they are committed. You understand? The midfield was dominated by the Congolese.
Yeah, exactly.
So the game is really, really not what we expected. For a team that you have barely 2 weeks or 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
17 days.
17 days.
17 days.
17 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, barely 2 weeks to the World Championship, and they cannot give you a very standard game, despite that the pitch is bad.
Yes.
But once the team is okay and ready for the World Championship, you see a more committed team, and then a very, very, hungry players that want to deliver. It's just like what you rightly said, that they shouldn't forget that 5 players are going home.
Yeah.
It starts from today's game.
Yes.
Even the coach said there's nothing at stake, but it starts from today.
Yes.
Because the next game is in UK.
Yes.
And I think they cannot carry all the 32 players to UK.
No
They'll
way.
start dropping from here because they can't drop the 5 players at once.
Yeah.
They may decide to drop 1 or 2 today, and then when they get to UK, they drop the other ones.
Yes.
So my own is that the players should be more committed and then do what Nigerians are expected of them, not allowing the Congolese to take over the game, even we are 1 goal ahead of them.
Yeah, but we had because the pitch is actually horrible, considering the fact that they train in New York on a very very good surface, and these guys are coming. Most of them are just coming from Europe, where you have state-of-the-art pitches, and then I've had my problems and reservations about the choice. The decision to go ahead with the match, first of all.
Yes.
I've said it here without hiding. And then the choice of Port Harcourt, whether it's for logistics reasons or whatever, the turf there, I thought maybe they have worked on it, but it's as bad as the last time I saw that pitch.
Yes.
They tried to make it look green, but these guys are the Congolese are even having better because I play a lot of area balls. We're trying to pass the ball on the ground, and it's not just moving. Simi is off front. He's bereft of ideas, apart from a few times that he has some deft touches.
Yes.
The ball control is quite appalling, as I've seen so far, and that's the problem. Why do you think the game was taken to Port Harcourt in the first place? The crowd is there in the stadium. I won't doubt that
the crowd is there, but I don't know whether it's a political thing to put it in Port Harcourt or whether it's a logistical or maybe even cost. I really don't understand why. This is a team that's representing us at the World Cup.
Yes.
They've been practicing in a world standard stadium.
Yes.
They're going to play England in a world standard stadium.
Sure.
And they're going to go over to Russia to play in world standard stadiums. Why are we now going to a 5-a-side pitch to go and play? It doesn't really make sense. I mean, no offense to the government. I mean, but why then? It's sort of like a downgrade. And then it also, you can't get the best out of the team, especially if the turf isn't palatable.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you assess? How do you make sure that you're making the best choices? Because right now the pitch, I don't know, is it a sign of our own unseriousness towards the match? I mean,
but I'm just wondering where else could the game have been played. I look around. Unless we're taking it to a club side pitch like Ifeanyi Ubah do have a very good pitch. Lagos have an artificial turf. Maybe we would have probably borrowed in some space in front here too.
No, but then why couldn't we just play it right there? I mean, the team is already they were already training in Uyo.
Yes.
Why not just play the match there? It's not a big deal. Keep them there, play it, and then from there you start moving to England.
But I guess, like you said, maybe there's some other thing involved in it that we don't know, because Akwa Ibom has actually been giving us both good and bad results. Because remember, it's there that South Africa defeated us, but it's there we qualified for the World Cup. So the nest of champions has been good for us. And the fan base in Akwa Ibom actually is quite impressive. A lot of people do come in and all that. But let me ask you, Happy Mary, if they bring a match like that to Abuja National Stadium here, will you go and watch Nigeria versus Congo in Abuja National Stadium? Will you go and watch, even if they say it's free? Or will you pay 500 naira to watch a match here at Abuja National Stadium?
No.
Why? You're in Nigeria. Why would you be patriotic?
I would actually go there free of charge.
If it is free, you go.
I will go free of charge, but to pay money, I mean, it's not.
But how will government generate money to take care of the stadium, Happy Mary?
Hello. You don't expect to. You have to be able to, as in, entice people. People should know that they are worth for their money. They should be able to see the worth for their money, basically. And you paying to go and watch a match there. Ted, you and I know the situation of that stadium, so I don't really need to explain it. And
I've not been there for 3 years, so I don't know. I've not been there for like 3 years.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Around, and it's not better than it has
almost
been.
came back with a hamstring.
I'm telling you, you can't. You rather just the toilet. Everything is just it's a no-go area.
And we're actually planning to host a World Junior Olympics 2022.
But I believe we can do something about it.
Definitely.
We can do something.
I'm not allowing Ogabini to talk about that because he has spoken about this matter for a long time. If he starts talking about it, you take it personally because something is still paining him. I know that. This is a Stadium on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. Of course, the French Open is on, Buchi. Without going into the details, just to let you know that Venus Williams is out. Elena Ostapenko, the defending champion, is out. Yesterday in the early rounds, they are all out. It's surprising that Venus could go out this early. We have been talking a lot about Serena, the instability and a lot of things around. But then Venus again, I thought this is a big game that she would like. No, this is a Grand Slam winner, for goodness sake.
Walking, Ted, cool down now. This, I think maybe the age is actually telling you. I mean, for many years, I mean, although last year, Venus had a very, very good season.
Yeah, she did.
She made a lot of finals, won some matches. She had a good season last year, but this season is sort of like a regression towards what it was for the last couple of years.
To make it worse, Ogamino, she was seeded 9th for this competition, but she was defeated by world number 91, Wang Qiang of China, 6-4, 7-5, straight set.
Yeah, well then think about the age. How old is Wang Qiang? How old is Venus herself?
Roger Federer plays with Dominic Thiem, defeats him clean. Older, he's 36, he defeats 21-year-old.
But
so, I don't know.
We know, don't forget, like I said, don't forget, Venus Williams for many years, not just, she's dropped in form, and she's also been struggling with her health. She has some
health challenges. Yes.
So it's even
after that accident, that car crash.
Exactly.
I
think it's even a testament to her own resilience and who she is, that she is still in major competitions at this point in her time and in this point in her career. I think it's kudos to her. It's unfortunate that talent like hers was bowed out by someone else.
Let her go and rest so that she'll prepare for the next Grand Slam. Ostapenko is a defending champion. She's the only second women's defending champion to lose in the first round of the French Open. I mean,
yes,
it's quite a bad record for her to join that. But then somebody else is complaining. Joanna Konta, after she was defeated by Kazakhstan's Yulia Punintseva, she came out to say the media, she's British. The noise about her is British number one. You know how they used to hype, and the British media knows how to hype their own people. How they used to hype Andy Murray. She came out to say the media is not helping her by like saying some negative stories or putting her on due pressure. But Ogamino, if the media recognizes you and is like giving you this attention, would you not be spurred to work harder than to say they're putting you on due pressure? If they don't report you at all, you say they don't give a damn about you. And here,
of course, you should be grateful that the media are hyping you. You have to do extra work so that to confirm what the media are saying about you.
Yeah.
You understand? Because now she's making the media look as if what you just said, that England media are always hyping their own.
Exactly.
You understand? But if she has merited it, no problem. So this is a challenge for her to do more.
Yeah.
You understand? So that she can be able to justify what they are saying.
All right, Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal are still in. Stan Wawrinka is out. Of course, knocked out as well. So we still hope to see what I've played today and tomorrow to see how the French Open continues. It used to be a very exciting tournament, but a lot of big stars dropped out of it, so it's not as exciting as it used to be. All right, the world of boxing, Buchi, Wilder has come out to say if Anthony Joshua agrees for them to fight. Let me quote him. I'm trying to find where he said it. He said, if it is if you have it in England, it will be September, but if it is here in America, it will be in November. He has agreed to shift grounds wherever, but he's giving conditions. Right. If it has to be in the US, let it be in November, but if it's going to be in England, he wants it in September. That's in a couple of months' time. Now the camp is shifting. Just like what you were saying, I guess he's now considering the fact that he could actually drag this and make noise about it, so that if anything happens in England, it could be like, okay, he didn't want it in England in the first place.
Yes.
But I guess this will give both sides a lot of time for them to prepare the whole camp. Something Ogamino said the other time, that it's very, very crucial for athletes like this to fight in front of their home fans.
Yes.
But I think a good athlete, anywhere you take him, wherever you take him, I mean, it doesn't depend on the location. A good boxer should actually come here or a good handballer or a good snooker player should come here and defeat Ogamino in 3 straight sets. And it doesn't matter where. It doesn't have to be his own snooker table. It doesn't have to be the one in his village in Sokoto.
I get where you're coming from.
Yes.
But the truth is that when your fans are there, it gives you more morale. It gives you more zeal to ensure that you don't disappoint them. So you try to put in all your best, just like football. When it's in your home, you always want to make sure that you beat the other opponents just because it's in your home, and most of your fans, the fans there are more population of your people.
Your people than the other ones.
So
yes.
it gives you more morale to, I don't know whether morale is the right word to use, but it gives you more morale to do your best when your fans are there. But when your fans are not there and the opponent's fans are there, even if you are very good, it somehow demoralizes you get, because you don't have who you are fighting for. Even if your fans are watching you via the internet
Yeah,
or
the
TV,
TV, yeah.
or whatever means possible. So far they are not there, and they're not shouting your name, especially when it comes to wrestling. You know, they keep on shouting your name, go, and
Yeah,
all that. So
sure.
hey, I think it's better when your fans are there.
Before your own fans.
Yes.
Well, that was not the story for Liverpool's goalkeeper Loris Karius over the weekend when the finals of the Champions League was played, gentlemen and lady. He has received death threats, and the Metropolitan Police is out to find out who is sending him death threats. A lot of support is coming in from players of other teams, even players from Man U, players from different clubs. Sergio Ramos himself has come out to publicly tell him that he's a goalkeeper and he thinks he'll bounce back from this. Jurgen Klopp has defended him that he's still young, he's learning, so he should be strong and not look at that. He has been unable to sleep since the finals was played. He's having very serious. When he closes his eyes, he say images of everything that happened on the pitch come back to him. They are haunting him and he's still crying. So the club is around him trying to offer him support. He came in to displace Mignolet, who was Liverpool's number one. Klopp named him, Karius, as his number one, and rumors out there in the media, as I saw it in the Mirror UK this afternoon, that they might want to go for a keeper to come and compete with him for that slot, because this is not the first time he's making mistakes. He has made costly mistakes that actually cost Liverpool a lot of games over. But when he's in good form, he's a good keeper. Even before those goals started coming in, he had made deft saves. Just like what I was seeing Francis do today in the Super Eagles. They almost equalized shortly before the first half ended. The direct ball that he stretched with the last strength of in his body, stretched his left leg and saved it, because the Congo striker turned the defender inside out, Ekon Troost, and shot directly. Also was able to get his leg on it and save it. Karius is that kind of keeper, but sometimes it's not just your day. But then, on a final day of Champions League like this, a lot is coming in for that support for him. So I'll find out one of the players that actually sent a support message that was surprising even to Liverpool fans. It's a Man U player, this Ivorian. I'll recall his name. I'll read out the message that he sent to Karius to just make sure that he gets himself back. But one of the talking points that we're discussing even with Gamino is the whole issue about Mohamed Salah, the extent of his injury and what happened. Of course, it was a shoulder. Sergio Ramos held him. It was a very technical defense. That's why Ramos was not found guilty of committing a foul, because all the referee could see was Salah's hand in front of Ramos, not knowing that his armpit had actually clipped the hand with padlock in such a way that Salah couldn't loosen from the grip. And while he was falling, he refused to let it go, because if Salah got that ball and took one more step, Mane was already open in position. Either he passed it to him or he shoot straight at goal, because he would have favored his left leg, and that was a very dangerous position. Ramos knew this. The only thing he had to do was to take him down in a very technical way, and he did that. But he didn't let go the hand. So both the right hand that he held, that he fell down with, and the left shoulder of Salah that hit the ground roughly, he felt pain in both of them, but the left shoulder is what is a concern. He stood up actually after being attended to, worked with the assistants to the outside, and then came back on the pitch, got one or two touches, and then couldn't continue, laid down and started crying, because he knew this is, a few minutes to the World Cup, and the whole of Egypt is on his shoulders, and the same shoulder that is now becoming a problem. But Ogamino, you are very optimistic that he might come back. You are very sure. You think he will get back to the World Cup?
Yes, I'm very sure that he will come back to the World Cup, because the injury was not an injury that maybe have a broken shoulder or maybe the ball socket pulled out. Yes, because it's just like what you said. He stood up, came back to the pitch, but he wasn't too comfortable.
Yes.
But what I just believe was he is trying to be very, very careful, not to overstretch the injury, because of the World Cup is just few days from that day. So he decided to
take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy and then take a bow to go and get himself treated for the World Cup, because everybody, just like what you rightly said, the whole Egypt is on his shoulder. The president sent him a message that if Liverpool will give them clearance, they will take him to the best hospital in the world to see him get treated and then play in the World Cup. So with that, I believe he's going to come back very, very strong, and then he will play in the World Cup by the grace of God.
Just to add to what Gamin was saying, I remember it was in the 1970s. I don't remember which World Cup that was. This German player, Beckenbauer.
According to what you were told, because the 70s, I'm sure that your father was still contemplating.
No, I mean it's on record. If you remember, Beckenbauer, German player.
Yeah, sure. Frank Beckenbauer.
He broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
He actually broke his collarbone, but because of the this is the World Cup stage and his dedication. You can imagine the kind of pain he was in.
Yeah.
He just taped up the arm. I don't know if you go online, you can actually see images. They just taped up the arm, taped it up right there, kept his arm in place, and he played with one hand all throughout the end of the.
But what he faced after that was unbelievable.
No, but that's, I think, just like I said, to add to Ogaminu's voice, that's how important the World Cup is. And I don't think an injury like this, Salah, one way or another, because Egypt have not featured in the World Cup since 1990.
Yes.
This is the moment for them, a chance of a lifetime.
Despite the very good exploits of Coach Hassan Shehata of blessed memory, he was not able to take them to the World Cup. Even though at the Nations Cup level, they dominated for a lot of times, feeding players from Al Ahly and Zamalek, players from homegrown players. It took a long time for Egypt to start having their players play outside Africa. Somewhere, highest they would go to Tunisia or UAE. Then the league, the UAE was not even that strong.
Yes.
So Egypt was like the hub. We had our own players to go into Egypt to play because our league was comfortable. Both the football in Egypt and handball. And at some point, I think they got into basketball. Very committed kinds of players. Until the violence came that they had to start locking the stadium for people to play, for them to play behind closed doors. And like you said, I think even if they had to do a hand transplant, the Egyptian government will shut down to make sure that is done.
I'm telling you, that's the whole point. Like Oga Aminu said, they are willing and ready. They don't. They look, if he needs to go to Mars, if he needs to go to space to get himself prepared, they will do whatever it takes. Because right now, it's for the first time in a very long time. Egyptian football has not been at a high, and that's because of the presence and the achievements of Mo Salah. He's a young player, brilliant player, single-handedly. I'm not going to say that he single-handedly has brought Egypt to this point, and they are not ready to back down at any point in time. They'll do whatever it takes to make sure.
All right, if you want to join us on the conversation as we discuss both the game Nigeria is playing with Congo DR now in Port Harcourt, the outcome of the Champions League carriers, and then Mo Salah, of course, he wrote, it was a very tough night, but I am a fighter. Despite the odds, I am confident that I'll be in Russia to make you all proud. Your love and support will give me the strength I need. That is what he said. But then, on the other hand, okay, let me give you the number before I go on, because this is another story that is funny. Okay, 08033221149. As at last count before I entered the studio, 350,000 people have signed a petition demanding Salah injury probe so that Sergio Ramos should be punished. They just wrote punish Ramos. Punish Ramos. 350,000 people have signed the petition online so far, and the number is increasing. As I just speak now, the number has also gone up. It's going on across the world, everywhere. But Ramos had come out to write. He wrote to Salah on his Twitter page. He wrote, sometimes football shows you his good side and other times the bad. Above all, we are all fellow pros. Get well soon, Salah. The future is waiting for you. He wrote that. And that was just encouraging for Salah as well. And of course, I'm looking for that quote from a Man U player that I wanted to share with you. If I find it, okay, it's Bailey. Actually, Bailey wrote on Salah's reaction to what Salah wrote. He said, "Stay strong, Lloris. You are a good goalkeeper." When he said that, Liverpool fans couldn't believe it. They say that Manchester United needs more young guys with this kind of heart. Because some Man U fans came to wrote on Liverpool's Twitter, they tweeted that you can't be going to finals consistently and be losing. What pride is there in losing in the finals? Just crazy. All right, so Russia, Moses Simon is out, one of our very good players, and should that be headache for General, or is -1? It has solved the problem for him because he's a very, very good player that torments defenders. If he's in that team, he makes strikers have that ease to go into positions. He connects very well with the midfielder. He's a very good player, but he's out. Ogamino, do we risk any injury at this point in this friendly? If anybody gets injured, any critical person gets injured, now you are concerned, but it didn't worry you much that you didn't see Mickey starting. For you, it was okay. For players like that too. Victor Moses didn't even come to Nigeria. He's waiting for them in England. But I'm afraid for injury, if at the end of this game we have any reports of any injury, anybody injured, it's going to be a very big blow for us. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
What are you people not coming in our station?
What is what? Hello.
This is Wakata family number.
Okay. Are you listening to the program? This is a sports program called The Stadium. My name is Ted. Are you on live studio as me and you are speaking now? So what is
My
it?
name is.
Okay, I guess you might need to get back to callers. Obviously, to me, it's not the person is not listening, and it's not about sports that she or he. I think it's a she that is calling actually. 080-3322-1149. Ogamino, do we risk any injury now to any key player? What do? We still have the chance to replace Bet. Some players are irreplaceable.
Yes, but it's at our disadvantage to get any injury now.
Yes.
So I don't really buy the idea. Like what you always say, you kick against this match against Congo.
Yeah.
You know, African players, very rough players.
You see what they are playing there?
Yes. If it's the England match, yes, it's understood. You know,
Yes.
even the England players are going for the World Championship,
Sure.
so they will be
They'll be
extremely careful.
Yes,
But this
agree.
one, Congo players, they don't have anything at stake. They can just, you know. But I pray that they play a injury-free game, by God's grace, this evening.
Just to let you know that Argentina defender Otamendi, who's one of their solid guys, got injured in training in the camp, just in training, not even a match. So it's still headache, and it's Man City's centre back. Of course, you know Otamendi. It's a terror.
Yeah, I know him.
It's a terror when he goes forward. So it's a big problem for many teams that people are getting injured at this point in time. And the coach came out to say, due to a slight problem, he's growing. Otamendi will train separately away from the group to avoid further risk. That's what the decision that he took. So he'll be fine. It's just a pain in the foot. But when they tell you all those things, it's just to calm the nerves of fans. Sometimes the truth. At first they say it was a groin, then they came out to say it's just. And then Croatia as well, of course, having some issues. And then Iceland, Sigo said that Merman is also doing a lot of work in the gym to make sure that he recovers in time to go for the World Cup. James Tarkowski has withdrawn from the England squad due to a long-standing hernia that he has to undergo surgery at this critical time. So a lot of unforeseen things happening. And of course, luckily, there's still time for them to be able to replace some of these players. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome. This is a Stadium on Human Rights Radio. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
From Wuse.
Okay, welcome. Make your contribution.
Yeah, I want just to have a little comment on the Salah issue.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the Salah issue is that, you know, this kind of professional player, this was not the first time that this kind of things will happen.
Yes.
But it's just normally people just misunderstanding this kind of situation things.
Yes.
So, you know how this kind of defender, Ramos is not the kind of defender that you will sit and overlook, and the same people fighting to achieve the aim of the ball.
Yes.
But the one the center went to injury, you don't know that maybe everybody will be putting on Ramos that maybe he's doing it purposely or he's not doing it purposely. Okay, what of it if it's the center that doing it for the Ramos?
Yeah, of course, I understand. That would
How
have
is it going to happen?
that would have been a big problem between Real Madrid
So
and the country.
it's a football thing, and it's on fee. It's not maybe the Ramos go and make him start at home and enjoy him.
Yeah.
and the referee is there that's supposed to judge there. Is that also?
Yes, of course, you're right.
So even though the case will rise up, the Ramos can use the referee to defend himself that I think there is referee there. One referee will not judge him.
Yeah, the foul was even against Salah. Funny enough.
So if the Salah that did the Ramos injury, I think that's also it's not the football, and it's that very day the Ramos apologize from him. That at least is enough.
Yes.
So I don't know how the people will be misunderstanding the football. The football is not that.
No, I think people are just reacting because they are disappointed. They wanted to see Salah, but much more people are wishing him to recover because they want to see him at the World Cup at the top level.
It's quite all right, but that very day, even though the Ramos even talk about the issue of the World Cup,
Yes.
he pity him.
Yeah.
So as a football arrangement, at least they need to be conducted that kind of thing. So that someone will just sitting down to enjoy that Ramos died. They need to punish him. Punish him for what?
All right, thank you so much for making your
Even I thought the
contribution.
Ramos will be punished.
Yes.
The referee will be punished. Nothing will happen to Ramos.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for making your
So,
contribution.
thank you very much.
Yes, do have a great evening.
Yeah,
This is the Stadium on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Of course, the calls and the conversation continues shortly after we return from this break for our Muslim brothers and sisters to go and pray. It's time to remember. Pray for Nigeria, not just because of this match, because of the World Cup and because of so many other things. I think Nigeria needs prayers, both for footballers and for everybody. In fact, you can pray for Human Rights Radio as well. We need your prayers as well. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And Ronaldo now is back in his form and doing everything. He's after these 5 players. So all is not way at Madrid, despite the fact that they won. And of course, Gareth Bale's bill after those 2 goals is 200 million for Manchester United to pay to get him. That is what is being required now to get Gareth Bale as a player to come to Manchester United if Man U wants him. I don't know whether one acrobatic kick and one long distance shot that messed up careers is enough to make Bale as expensive as 200 million. That's a lot of money, actually.
His value has gone up now. What
It
do
has
you want
gone
him
up.
to do now?
It has gone up.
Now, so
Yes. And Frank Lampard has agreed, in principle, a deal to coach Derby County.
yes.
Funny enough, because every ex-player now is going into coaching, following the example of Zinedine Zidane. Maybe now we can say he's the best coach on the surface of the earth for winning the Champions League 3 times straight. Nobody expected him when he started with the junior team of Madrid. Nobody expected it to be that way, and then he has come up now to actually become the best coach around. And if anybody wants to buy him, he'll be very, very expensive. So that who Zinedine Zidane is right now one of the very, very best. So people are following that part. And of course, Aston Villa will remain in the Championship. John Terry, sorry, you'll not face Chelsea like you actually thought. Fulham got back with the goal. So we're going to see Fulham up. Fulham have followed Wolves, who qualified with 99 points. I mean, massive. They're going to be back up there in the league when the league resumes. That's the size of the program this evening. Sorry for those who tried to call and the number didn't quite go through. Of course, there have been a lot of talking points. But the stadium returns tomorrow. We'll be here to give you details of things. A lot of transfer is going on. Now, most coaches are moving more than players now, as it seems. Maybe after the World Cup, players will start signing. Ogaminu, is it, before you will wrap up, I mean, how wise it is to sign a player now? Should we wait, let them go to the World Cup and come back in case some of them get injured? Or it's better to identify some now and keep on the ground so that when they go and perform well at the World Cup, other clubs will not come?
Conclude, yeah.
But then the World Cup is the stage for you to shine.
Yes.
I think it's best to wait after the World Cup. You're going to see a lot of big names,
Yes.
a lot of new people on the block from different countries. That's when you start buying. I think that's what everybody's looking forward to. Watch the World Cup, discover some new talents,
And then get back.
of course, improve your side.
Happy Mary, final words.
Bye-bye.
Ogaminu, we'll go and complete the match we started.
Yes,
Let's see the ending.
Yes,
let's see what's
so that
there.
we can be able to
Assess it
more
with all truth and see what they did, the recommendations we made. I just sent a text now to the coach as we suggested, so maybe we'll see the changes on the pitch now. All right, until the stadium returns away again tomorrow evening by the same time here on your number 1 station, Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and do enjoy the rest of your week as the month of May gradually winds out, and we expect June, the month of sports. Till tomorrow, be good. Good night.
yeah, 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 yeah. When I put my ball 20 on it. I got no worries. I got no worries. When I put my ball 20 on it. When I put my ball 20 on it. When I put my ball 20 on it. When I put my ball 20 on it.
Fire, baby. Shout out to my one and only. Now you be my Luca. In Kemp, you want in a million. Shout out to my baby. Now you be my girl, you. Give me your one in a million. Àyìnbá ló lọ́wọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀nà àlàáfíà. Àyìnbá nílé lórí, ayé wa dùn lórí. Àyìnbá ló lọ́wọ́, ṣùgbọ́n nífọ̀kànbalẹ̀. A lè má nílé lórí o, òrèǹté ló dé kan lédi o. Ẹ bá mi kí o òrèǹté o, òrèǹté o. Ṣáàlà tó bá òrèǹté o, òrèǹté o. Ẹ bá mi kí o òrèǹté o, òrèǹté o. Ṣáàlà tó bá òrèǹté o, òrèǹté o. Ẹ bá mi kí o òrèǹté. Ìyàwó mi ló òrèǹté. Uruguchi dey toast you. You tell am say you no do, say you no go leave me. òkè tó lọ.